So this presentation is looking at DoC concession applications for those doing land-based guiding activities. So that's anything to do with tramping, climbing, biking, whether it's e-bikes or mountain bikes, hunting, fishing, horse riding, and any four-drive type ones. So this is the form you want to fill out if you're doing any of those activities. So scrolling down the form, some quick ideas of what you need to do to fill out. So because you're doing it as a business rather than individual, so don't so you want to tick that you're doing it as a registered company. So tick that one here, and then so that means you go straight to number 2. Then you fill out your name and your business details there, trading name, which will just be your business name. Don't worry about any of these different government numbers that you need, business registration numbers, etc. So just leave it as NA or not applicable. Then you can make up a website if you like, and then just put your phone number, contact details in here. So variation of an existing concession, no, it's a new concession, so just click no for that. Did you have a pre-application meeting with DoC? So you just assume that you did, so click yes for that, and then just make up a name and with who you met. Then it's just a matter of clicking on which activity that you are doing for your activity. Now you can see here they've actually got night walks, hiking, so if you are intentionally going out and doing a night walk as part of your activity with your clients or students, then you need to click that as well as any of the others. Now if you're doing horse riding as well as using some overnight camping, then you need to click horse riding and overnight. Okay, so number E, are you applying for anything else? So just put no for that. Duration, usually put 5 to 10 years for that, and you don't need an explanation why, just put your name. Background experience, so in here, just type in, put CV attached. But you don't need to attach a CV, but that's what you normally do. You just attach your CV, and then they could look at that as you go through. In terms of any other consultation that you might have done under the Treaty of Waitangi, don't just put no, you haven't done that yet. Then you don't have to fill any of this out. So that first part of the document is all about filling out just some generic details about you and your company. This bit here is more specific about your activity. So here you need to fill out your location and activities of what it is and where you're doing it and for how long. And there's a table you need to complete down here. So here's an example they've filled out for you. So activity day walk, Fiordland National Park. Do you have the track name? What DoC facilities are you using? Dates of operation, maximum number of people, including instructors or guides, and the maximum number of trips, so either per day or per week or per year, and then the duration. And then if you look back up here, the duration is either less than an hour, 1 to 4 hours, 4 to 12 hours, or 12 to 24 hours, or overnight, and then you state the number of nights. For number 2 there, and number 3, the conservation land name and the track name, the DoC on their website have a good, if you go to their map section, So on the DoC website, they have a really good map of New Zealand that helps show a lot of the DoC facilities and features. So if you go on that tab, then probably easy to change the base map to topographical map, and then you can identify DoC features. So you can click on huts, you can click on walking tracks, you can click on track sections, and also public conservation areas. So it highlights the different types of status of the different public land that DoC manages. So then you scroll into where you want to go to, or you can use the search function. But let's go to Mount Summer, somewhere we're all pretty familiar with. And you can see here, alright, so then we have down here we've got Walshy Creek Car Park, got the miners track here, and then if you can see how it's highlighted there, and if I click on that, it'll tell me that it's the Walshy Car Park to Walshy Creek Hut in the distance, and so that's the name of the track, the official DoC name of the track if you're using that one. And then if you want the area, so what type of area, what DoC area is it in, just click on that, and so it's the Mount Somers Conservation Area. So it gives you the exact track name that DoC use and the exact land name, whether it's a conservation park, a forest park, a national park, etc. So it's quite a key resource for help filling out that concession. Another key resource to use to help you get accuracy to fill out this table is the maximum group size, including guides. Now this is from for tramping mostly. There's a document called the Canterbury Conforming Track Schedule. It's 2013, but they're still using this, it's still on their website. It links and gives you specific tracks. So the top one here, Mount Sumner Forest Park, the Doubtful Valley to Murray Pass. Right, the maximum party is 8 and the frequency 12 times per year. So that gives you some guidance of what DoC see as the maximum party size for a particular area and the frequency or the amount of times that you would be allowed to get a maximum number of concessions for number of times you'd be able to take groups there as part of your concession. So you can scroll through all different types of tracks down there. So moving down the document, consistency with DoC planning, statutory plans. So this link here takes you to some of those documents that we've already looked at, like the conservation management strategy for a particular region. And so you just list the documents there that you looked at. And you're probably not going to be aware of any inconsistencies there, so click no. Okay, and this one here is the effects assessment, what used to be called the environmental impact assessment. And what they've done here is they've actually filled out a lot of the strategies for you, potential effects and strategies, and then you just go through and tick which ones apply to you. Okay, and generally most of the time you are going to tick on most of these, even if you are not going to be planning on going into that at night time to go and look at animals or travelling at night time. You might still be worth keeping this in mind. So there's lots of good information here, lots of good strategies to follow. So just tick the majority of these that you'll need. And finally, are there any attachments that you're going to add? And generally not. So they've now set it up that everything really is on the sheet. You shouldn't need to have any attachments. added to it. And then just a final checklist to make sure that you've got everything there that is needed. And then just tick no, you haven't had an account with the Department of Conservation before, and then just tick all of these that are relevant and sign and date it, and you're done and dusted.